buyers aren't willing to pay the price for the house right now. Maybe they were last year, maybe they were 2 years ago. That's not the story right now. For example, literally the house right next to me right now has been sitting on the market for over 50 days. And in this current market in Nashville, that's a really long time. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wesley Meyer. I am a realtor here in the Nashville area, and it is my belief that everyone deserves to be educated before going into a real estate transaction. Keyword before going into, not just during, but before. So that's what this whole channel is about. Making sure you guys are educated and knowledgeable about the decisions you're about to make in real estate. So whether you're a buyer or a seller or just curious, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my weekly videos. And if you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate here in the Nashville area, I'd love for you to reach out to me. My contact info is in the description, as always, as well as a link to a first-time homebuyer consultation with myself and my team. All right, so today I wanted to tackle some common questions when you're thinking about selling your home. Hopefully I can kind of clear up any cloudiness about the process and address these most common questions from home sellers right now. Okay, so first off, what is my home worth? This is like the number one question that realtors get. Really, to determine your home's value, I would recommend either hiring a professional appraiser or someone like me, a real estate agent. Someone like me can provide a comparative market analysis. We call this a CMA. And what a CMA does is it assesses the prices of similar homes in your area, in your neighborhood, on your same street, whatever, and it's a good estimation for what your property's value is. Now, this is not the same as an appraisal. An appraisal is a little bit more of an exact figure about what your home is worth. That's what you'd hire an appraiser for. But a real estate agent can give you a good idea about what your home could bring in the current market. And keep in mind, what the current market can bring for your house is going to be changing all the time, month to month, week to week even. So if you have a CMA done by a real estate agent and they say, hey, this is the range that your home could sell for, that's not a concrete set in stone amount. Could be higher, could be lower, and it's also going to be changing depending on the marketplace. All right, number two, should I use a real estate agent? Real estate agents can offer valuable expertise to help you with marketing, negotiations, and paperwork. Whether you use an agent or not depends on your experience, available time, and comfort level with the sales process. Personally, I always recommend using an agent, and when compared, studies show that you sell your home for considerably more when you use an agent versus when you try to sell it yourself. Question number three, how can I prepare my house for sale? So I recommend preparing your home by decluttering, cleaning, making necessary repairs. These are going to be the main three things that will get your home ready if you don't want to do staging. Staging can make a really big difference. I was just hosting an open house last week and parts of that home were staged. And as I was walking through, it really made these parts that were staged just stood out. It felt like I could picture myself in that house a lot better. It's even something you can try to do yourself, but I always recommend hiring a professional stager. It's going to make your house way more appealing and prepare you for the sale process. All right, so next question. What is the best time to sell? Generally, and this is also true for the Nashville area, spring and early summer are considered the best times to sell because of seasonal changes in the marketplace, but local market conditions can always vary. Especially with the market as volatile as ours is right now, I recommend reaching out to a real estate agent in your specific market to find out what the best time to sell would be for you. What kind of paperwork is involved when I'm selling a house? So the most common documents included with the sale of a home is going to be the sales contract, the property disclosure forms, and the settlement statement. An attorney or a real estate agent like me can guide you through these documents. It is a lot to handle if you're not using an agent. That's one of the reasons I do recommend using an agent, because there's a lot of documents that you need to get right and that you need to know what you're signing, and a lot of things can go wrong. So unless you're very experienced with this kind of legal paperwork, it is hard to get all this stuff correct on your own. Next, how should I price my home? This is another place I recommend consulting with a real estate agent. They'll get you a CMA, a comparative market analysis, and help you determine the appropriate listing price. Now, it's really important to strike a balance between competitive and maximizing your profits. Because if your listing price is too competitive, you're gonna sell the house super quick, and you're probably missing out on some money that you could have gotten if you had priced a little bit higher. On the flip side, if your house is priced too high, and we're seeing kind of a lot of this right now in Nashville, there's a lot of stuff sitting on the market just because it's overvalued. Buyers aren't willing to pay the price for the house right now. Maybe they were last year, maybe they were 2 years ago. That's not the story right now. For example, literally the house right next to me right now has been sitting on the market for over 50 days. And in this current market in Nashville, that's a really long time. Last month in September, the average time on market for a single family home was 24 days. So 50 days is almost double that. That should be a clue to that seller and their seller's agent that it is priced too high. So again, you're looking between a price that's competitive, that will sell your house, but also fair to you and getting a good value for your home. Next question, are there any hidden costs associated with selling my home? So closing cost, agent commissions, and any other repairs that the buyer requests that you do can affect your net proceeds from the sale. Now you are gonna know all the agent commissions up front beforehand, so those aren't gonna be a surprise. Those are agreed upon up front. But closing costs and repairs are two things that can change during the process and would be more considered a surprise. So be prepared for the potential of those expenses. Next question, what is the process of showing my home to potential buyers? So I definitely recommend keeping your home clean and well maintained for showings. Studies show that keeping a clear, uncluttered, clean house can increase your property's value by as much as 2%, which is huge. So it's really worth it to declutter, and if you can, take your stuff out. Only leave the essentials, and better yet, just have it staged. And work with your real estate agent to determine a schedule for open houses and individual showings. This is gonna look different for everybody. All right, so next question. How long do you think it will take to sell my house? And again, this is very house to house. The time it takes to sell a house varies on factors like the market conditions and the location and the pricing and the condition of your home. On average, it takes several weeks to a few months. Right now in Nashville, like I said earlier, last month, the average days on market for a single family home in Nashville was 24 days. That's pretty quick. So you can expect right now here in Nashville about a month, maybe more, maybe a little bit less. Next question, are there any tax implications with selling my home? So I am a realtor. I'm not a tax expert. I definitely recommend consulting with a tax professional for guidance on capital gains taxes and any other tax deductions or expenses that might be available to you as a seller. But one thing I do want to say is for a single person, if you are selling your home and you are profiting under $250,000, you do not have to pay capital gains taxes on the sale of your home on those proceeds. That number doubles if you're married. So if you're a married couple selling your home and you profit under $500,000, the same applies to you. You do not have to pay capital gains taxes on that $500,000. So here's an example. Say you bought a house for $300,000 and you sell it some years later for $350,000. You are a single person, you are not married. That $50,000 that you profited from the sale of the home is considered capital gains. And because you are under the $250,000 threshold, you do not pay capital gains taxes on that $50,000. It is not the entire sale price of the home that's counted, it is the profit. And keep in mind, these rules apply for your primary residence. The rules change for investment properties, so please consult the tax expert before making any decisions. All right, number 11, how can I negotiate offers and counteroffers effectively? I kind of sound like I'm repeating myself, but this is really where a real estate agent is gonna help you a lot. Work with your agent to handle negotiations and be prepared to consider various terms, not just the sales price of the home. So things like seller credits are getting really popular right now. I've even seen houses that throughout the negotiation, the sales price went up because the buyer wanted more seller credits. And in order for the seller to give them those credits, they needed the sales price to be higher. It's a little bit confusing, but the buyer wanted a lower interest rate and needed more seller credits to buy down that interest rate. So through negotiation, the sales price of the home went up so that could happen. I've actually seen this happen right now. We're kind of in a weird market because of high interest rates. But you're seeing things like that, so be prepared to be flexible because a lot of buyers appreciate the flexibility. Number 12, should I get a pre-listing inspection? A pre-listing inspection can help identify and address issues in advance, potentially making your home more attractive to buyers. I consider this one to be really more up to you. Almost every single buyer is going to want to get an inspection, so the inspection on the home will probably happen either way. The difference is, do you want to have it done beforehand to make repairs beforehand? Keep in mind, if you do perform an upfront inspection, that cost is going to be on you. The buyer is not going to cover those costs for you. What are my rights and responsibilities as a seller? So sellers do have responsibilities, including providing accurate property disclosures, and your real estate agent will guide you through these obligations, so don't worry too much about them, and it's really not too much to handle. Can I sell my house while it's occupied? Sure you can. You can sell your house with tenants and family members in it, but it might affect the sales process. So consult with your real estate agent on how to navigate that situation. How can I market my property effectively? This is one of the main jobs of your real estate agent. So ask your real estate agent what their marketing plan is for your house. Effective marketing includes professional photography, online listings, social media promotion, and other things like virtual tours. There's all kinds of things that your real estate agent can do to market your home. So just ask them up front, what are you gonna do to market my home? What's your marketing plan? If they can't tell you, if they don't have a marketing plan, you might wanna try to find a different agent. What happens after I accept an offer? So after accepting an offer, inspections and appraisals are typically from the buyer. But again, your real estate agent will guide you through these steps leading to the closing day. I've said this before and I'll say it again, there will be bumps in the process. Rarely does everything go 100% smoothly from offer to closing. Just hang on and let your real estate agent guide you through these bumps. What if my house doesn't sell? Well, if your home isn't selling, you need to ask yourself a couple things. Consider, is the price too high? Do I need to consider adjusting the price? In today's market, a lot of the homes aren't selling for that simple reason. They're priced too high. You could also consider improving the property's condition, making repairs, anything to make the house more appealing. Also, if your house isn't selling, talk with your real estate agent. Consider changing the marketing strategy. Last question is, can I buy a new home before selling my current one? And short answer is yes. It is possible to buy a new house before selling your current one, but you'll need to consider financing options such as bridge loans or contingent offers. So discuss these options with your real estate agent and your lender. And newsflash, you don't always have to sell your current home to buy a new one. If you want to find out more about the benefits of potentially not selling your current house before buying your next, reach out to me. I'd love to talk about it with you. So that is it, guys. I hope you'd enjoyed this video. I love making these for you. I really do enjoy it. If you have any questions about these, or I didn't get to a question that you have about selling your home, please just drop that question in the comments. I would love to answer it for you. And again, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, share it out to your friends. And I do have a first-time homebuyer consultation. The link for that is in the description to sign up for a slot with myself and my team. And I am always available to you guys. I like to be accessible to anyone who has questions. So my personal phone number is in the description as well. Feel free to text, feel free to call. If I don't answer, I'm probably changing a diaper or I'm out for a run or really anything like that. But unless I'm doing one of those things, I usually answer my phone. That is it, guys. Hope you learned something. See you next time. Have a good one.